The program Good Morning Salon, they continue as Yeri one of headlines to read them. Inside the program this morning, we talk to the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation, Rex Bonafa. We can talk about what they don't do for transport, for transform the transport sector in the country. Good morning once more, Mr. Bonafa, and welcome to Radio Democracy.
Thank you very much. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, Salon.
All right. The Minister of Transport and Aviation, now the body where they in charge of the transport sector, where a camper land, air and sea transportation. Same way, so they're in charge for put policies them in place for make sure say this sector get the right laws them. And for no waiting don't they happen at the ministry, make we get the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation inside the program this morning. Mr. Bonafa, firstly let we start. Waiting don't they happen at the ministry?
Plenty don't they happen because where camper transport, not to see where writing stones, transport na a ministry dynamic because you deal with both the formal and the informal sector. So things they come up and we need for response to them in the. So like 2 days ago, I signed a press release where they open up the east and west corridors to other mode of transportation like bikes, keke, poda and so on. But then as something trigger that, we find out say like I tell you say the transport business na way dynamic, not to way static, where they say no this policy no more they go with. Una ki change as una they go along the line for fit the people there because we call mandates and for make sure we provide a reliable, affordable, and accessible mode of transportation for the people of this country. So okay, they look, we should say they get a feel. People then go recall, see, we get a program at the ministry, we get a program, we don't close now last year, this year, June, we call the Sierra Leone Integrated Resilient Urban Mobility Project. When at the ministry be the execute that project today. Yeah, a World Bank project of 50 million plus government counterpart funding of 2 million, so you go to 52 million. Under that project, the ministry do a lot of things them. If people they pass that this town, they will see them overhead bridges. Now under that project, they will be them bridges then they for make sure because we know they only concern about the driver now or the rider. We equally concerned about the pedestrians with the Waka on the road for their own safety. School picking them, how they go cross routes them that they critical intersections, the way they know will get accidents, they know will get crash and all that thing in there. Then if you go down Lumley, you go see a terminal, ultramodern terminal. Outside you go see the poda them, Waka fine buses, keke them they inside the. When are they passenger then they go? If they run 24 hours, when are they passenger then they go? They take the mode of transport, the means where they want for take. They take out quietly, then go outside and they go. Now under that project. Now equally under that project, then they will buy 50 buses. Waka fine buses. But then, people can normally misconstrue the concept behind Waka fine buses. So today I have for explain to people then so that they will understand.
All right.
Waka fine buses come about when governments realize, okay, fine, we don't get this thing. But then if we say let we dedicate certain corridors for Waka fine buses no more, what will happen now to the informal sector? The poda them, the bikes them, the keke them. So we decide for putting them together. For the first time, just like in London and other places, we get a metro transport company. The metro transport company, in essence, then people ask who I don't call, poda them, keke them, BRU, Buena bike riders. Now they all get accompanied because government not just want to take them off the corridor. Some of them will realize say will be say the west corridor, Wilkinson Road, going down to Lumley. Now only the Waka fine buses will use them. Equally eastern from Baibure Road coming to Kisi Road, we see now Waka fine buses no more will use them. And that will be agreement with all the players else who I don't call. See them will walk now under the fringes them. The old road, this, that, for come feed in the bikes them, the keke them, and they go then at their side and they for come feed in at the main road. So that people go, they go bring passengers there for the Waka fine buses. Now that not be the concept.
All right. Now, when this project starts or some time back, una been pull out a press statement wherein una restrict poda driver them and other transport them not for use the Wilkinson road for certain time because of Waka fine bus them.
Yes.
But recently, una don't take off that particular policy they won't have been put in place. Waiting at the reason, firstly, we make una may stop people them not for use that particular routes day.
Like I tell you just now, we know they do nothing at that ministry, we know they bring their critical players them in the transport sector. Now all this you know we arrange, we agree. Like I don't tell you just now say, we not just put that press release now, we all agree say, since now they get the company now, where they run the buses. Let them give exclusive right to the buses for using their corridor in it. That mean could be put that press release or restrict the movement at the main corridor. Because one for government own spirit behind all this now for move as many people as possible. We be one for C and the concept still remains. One for C, for example, who side you will live in the comfort, let us say you did number 2. You go stay in the comfort of your home, you buy your ticket for the bus. You can board the bus, you decide for every SUV or whatever vehicular transport you get, you left on a house. You can get reliable and comfortable bus for kind of the CBD area. We will find out say that will ease congestion and every other thing. So when they sit down, we agree. Now they say we really agree, say yes, we will left their corridor here, so we will go na the outskirts for the bring passenger then at the main corridor there for them bus here, so for the run. Because now they get the company.
Okay. Okay, now still on the issue of the corridors, where the ministry, through the press release, will not be pulled, not be restricts public transport and not for use some certain corridors there, now the east and west. But concern be don't come out from the public that this decision are one way we don't create a lot of traffic that the side way commercial vehicles therefore pass. People be don't call on the ministry for look back into that decision day. Now when I don't pull a press release, which it take the ministry so long for at the end of the day when I reverse back to the old policy.
Like I say, transport na team with dynamic transport business. We serve the field. Like when see the also at the right keke, at the right bike. At the go inside puda. Because that is where you feel how the people they feel.
For over 1 year and now governments they feel for the people.
No. If another make that policy become the initial move say let's restrict their corridor there. Because in the first place we take with transporters them, their concerns into consideration. You want to take them out because would agree with me saying most of the people that there be in a very, very bad shape. Every now and then they get accident and road and all down there. So now that bring about the Waka fine buses concept. But we'll carry them now that we take them off the main way name. We say okay fine. We not own the company where they run their buses. Government give them their buses then they for run them and pay half of the money. You don't understand? And pay half of the money. So now this is a let's say okay fine. If now that them buses are get for run, so that we self go we get what we continue for the eat, we will go operate on the other side of the day. Now they will let choke them. And we all agree. Yeah? But then this being will find out say some people then take advantage of the people them.
We talk of some people, we don't know them people, yeah.
No, for now, I'm not going to name names, but I could just tell you, see.
But why you could not call names then?
Because I don't want to call names then.
When I get evidence. When I get evidence?
Yes, because like I tell you, see, Mrs. Eke traverse the corridors then. You understand, eh? What they traverse the corridors then. You find out, say, where they. Anyway, if you say we put our policy in place, say, let them not use their corridor, eh? We all know, see them, they still use them.
But police may arrest him.
Police be they arrest them. Now that's all we decide now. Say no, let police not arrest them. Right. Let allow them now for use them.
Right.
Because one, the passenger volume, we find out say don't increase exponentially. So as a result, we say okay, fine. Let us free the corridor so that we ease the transportation on the people. Then.
Right. Is it that now because most of the Waka fine bus them presently in a garage, they don't shut in and make government lift this particular ban?
No.
If you go to the ferry junction, the transport side,
terminal.
a lot of Waka fine buses and they without tire and they're not in good condition. You are aware of that?
Say they're not in good condition.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you mean by good condition.
Meaning, if you go this on, they not get tire. They just suspend and not pull all the tire. They're not the how they're supposed for the.
I know aware because with the one thing, the ministry creates an agency for the first time in the history of this country where they regulate public transport. The Israeli Public Transport Authority, SLPTA, and then they regulate them. You understand? So we be demand say for every month done, they forgive a report, status report on their buses and everything. So there'll be reports to we see some of them buses then the tires they don't worn out. And if tires they worn out, you don't want for put in a road because you get for passenger volume, you don't want get accidents, you don't want get outside tire go fire on a road and all that thing. Yes, some no get tire. But some again, then they make them, then some again now oil, transmission oil business. Because the oil they then they use now special oil. So we set as a ministry now concerned because they monitor.
Right.
We want for see more buses on the road, we for carry more people.
Right. Now, now 50 buses for suppose for camp, but during the period and they not being reached, we understand say and the ministry and Mr. Indolo when they in charge tell we that the buses that we can you get 31 that we get a glass issue. But from that time day to now, the public now aware if really them buses that they don't come or owner don't renovate and don't fix them bus system.
Okay. Now 50 buses before come, just like we rightly talk. Now 40 now will be received. The 50th bus, whether in the ship and they come, whether they're inside the ship or they load inside, now in India where they come, the windscreen will be broke. So will be refused for acceptable. Because not a defective bus for become. So we contact the manufacturers then back. We contact them, they take responsibility, they order the glass, they fly in the glass with the experts, they can't fix them. So we have 50 buses in country as we speak.
Well, 50 buses in country, as we talk, how many buses the way they run right now?
Well, it depends on MTC, the one the way they see, they were in good shape and everything, now then they pull a road. You understand? So, in no static say, would they pull 50 to for 50, or then they pull 50 for 50, become the way they run an MTC.
But you still know they receive status reports every month.
Yes.
They monitor.
Yes.
Them buses then they.
Yes, and I don't tell you.
Put in the position for the number of buses the way they run right now.
Right now, we start to do it. No, I'm not going to give that data. But I just know, see, we get above 37 buses where they run right now as we speak.
All right, 37 bus system where they run. Government again been promised for the updates public about almost so far owner don't make in terms of revenue generation. Almost governments don't make from where them buses they are come.
Okay, I will suggest you contact MTC, the Metro Transport Company.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the appropriate authorities then they will get the competence for cancer identity because then they run the bus system.
All right, Mr. Indolo, women they in charge of this project being say they don't get agreement with Poda, you know, driver them say if they get for encourage them for another corridor they then go paint some of them buses then they let be the same color with Waka fine bus. But up to this day that's not happen. The ministry again where they supervise this project aware of that say it not happen.
Well, that question they go to the competent person when I'm Mr. Hindulu.
But
now try forget them for can answer that question there.
All right. So what's not the ministry role in this in the Waka fine buses?
The ministry to supervise Waka fine through SLPT, Israeli Public Transport Authority, when at the end of the regulator them.
All right. Continue for the with me inside the program in name Rex Bonafide in the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation as we there will look at the transport sector and waiting the ministry don't they do as way for transform this sector. Are you hear me?
The program Good Morning Salon they continue inside the program where they look at another issue inside the Deputy Minister of Energy 1, Engineer Edmond Nonese, for address the energy challenge that the country government is say don't get partnership with Global South Utility Company where they in the United Arab Emirates for give about 6 mega what's battery them. Engineer Edmond Noni talk this inside one interview to get the democracy where they talk about the Waka where he and in team from the Ministry of Energy go do na the United Arab Emirates on team them we get for do with salo energy sector na the country. He explained more to Kabia inside this interview.
We been get the fortunate opportunity last week to go visit the United Arab Emirates on invitation from a company called Global South Utilities. GSU na like a parastater. So then they receive money from the Abu Dhabi, from the UAE government for do work on a different side in the world, but especially in Africa. So they invite me for go discuss about some funding or some projects where they may not do before, where the Newton 6 megawatt solar plant, where we've been on do that from 2019. So we meet for talk about two-sided project there and how we're able to improve that project there. Then don't offer for give additional batteries because the first project and solar panel normally didn't get. Now they don't offer for give batteries for that project there. So we get 6 megawatts of battery for that project. Also another during the same trip we discussed even beyond the old projects, we're able to do in a new project. So they don't say they're willing for give batteries for last year VP been launched one project with 40 megawatts of solar for Newton and Columbia. The solar components there, then the battery components there of that project there. But the battery components, not to be in the full 40 megawatts of battery. So then this GSU and UAE, they don't say, okay, the batteries we're not supposed to receive will be 25, 27 megawatts. We go come with the balance 14, 15 megawatts for full up. That be the full battery then where the solar gets.
So it's always waiting, you don't say. So how you as Deputy Minister one come in contact with this company in GSU in Dubai?
Well, GSU reach out to it through government-to-government channels. Then write a letter directly to His Excellency the President for say then one can do some work in a salon. But before they do that work in a salon, they want a technical team to go meet them for discuss the work then will be not happen at salon before from the UAE, how then go for come in. So where their own team they come, then team will come now then begin doing work immediately instead of then come first for fact finding. So we can go to them on the direction of His Excellency the President for sit down with them and tell them, like I say, what we've not doing in the past with UAE and what we're able for do in the future. So then reach out through HE and then HE can send me and a delegation for good.
Talking about battery, I think say for so many people where they listen at the first time this will go yeah, but in terms of giving this huge amount of light. So how this system gets for work?
So the thing about solar, it work with the sun. And where the sun no day, solar power no day. So solar go only day during the day. Where next come, solar no day again. So the only way how you go make the electricity where they come out from the sun, you still able to use on a net. Now if you get battery. So waiting on it they do whilst it is on with the sun day, it go to charge the battery. And actually say we all get solar now with us. We all get solar, we all get then solar battery then for charge with phone or even charge other appliances.
I mean, you don't go to Dubai, you say they don't grease it and they come with some of the battery, they may not for can do this work. So stage now this day for us the implementation process starts.
Then for come inside this November, for can sign the MOU where they get the full description of the different projects and way they go and do. After then sign that MOU, then they go need for do some technical studies and how to design the system when they want to come with. And then say they move for work very quickly. Now company way now UAE then don't do 2,000 megawatts of solar and batteries. For example, the one whole salon right now we only use 250 megawatts. Suppose somebody able to do 2,000 is showing capacity. And now UAE they self them that 2,000 megawatt projects where they may build them. At one point they may build as much as 50 megawatts per day. So now company were able to work very fast. So then they work very quickly. They may say once we're able to work with them and move fast, then maybe by then March, April of next year, the battery then go don't come and then not be installed.
this we don't talk about to involve couple on a partnership on a free, then they cancel or we support Salon, the energy sector.
Now partnership. This particular one a partnership. So waiting in one do, then one bring the battery then, and then we get a contract with them, and now sell them, they sell the lights from the battery to we, and then EDSA from the money where EDSA they make from we where they buy lights to EDSA will they pay them. So then get forgetting tariff where then they sell to EDSA when a very 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 low tariff, and then EDSA will they sell to we and we buy.
So during the implementation process, whose side get for be the priority?
All two decide, all two get for happen at the same time. One not get priority passing company. So we they do enough battery then for Newton, we do enough battery then for Lungi. But other projects then we are left out where they say they want to do with we. King Tom, the transformer then where they King Tom, we get 4 transformers then where all the lights that free on it come up from them 4 transformer then. 2 of the transformer then na 1994 we buy them, so they're not old. Don't pass that here. The other one transformer itself we get small issue. So they not agree, say they want to replace transformer 1, 2, and 3 out of the 4. So that and other projects we get for do. Then they also want help with for rehabilitate the 161 line. When at that line I pull lights from Bomona can fit on.
So it's all this way to explain how this will be for get linked to the energy sector in the country.
Their intervention and really now especially the batteries and plus the 3 transformers and Kington, then get for really enhance we provision of lights and free. So for now, them projects and really they focus on free song and with preparation for the dry season.
That now the Deputy Minister of Energy, one engineer Edmond Noni, they talk to Kabia inside the interview and say for address the energy challenge that the country government is say don't get partnership with Global South Utility Company within the United Arab Emirates for give us 6 megawatts battery them to Salon. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program. We'll go for this break. The program na Good Morning Salon and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we will bring to the edition of the program Good Morning Salon. My name is Adeyemi Jackson.
And my name is Usman Kamara.
Still inside the program today, we will look inside the transport sector and some of the policies and way the Ministry of Transport don't put in place for transform this sector. And inside the program, we they come over to a studio guest winner, the Deputy Minister of Energy, Rex Bonafide.
Deputy Minister of Transport,
Sorry, Deputy Minister of Transport.
They want to go to
Still on the issue of the Waka fine bus system. One concern will be done to come up from the public now the issue of price of Waka fine bus system. And we see where fuel come down. The Ministry of Transport will put press releases and reduce prices of public transport them. But on the issue of Waka fine buses, we still remain 10 million per corridor.
Not correct. 8 million in the pay now, as we talk, as we speak. Now you go out there now 8 million in the pay.
The 8 million where you say people they pay, but if you when you take some buses them now the east end in the evening hours, they collect 10 million for passengers.
This they come to me as news.
The ministry
Not aware. Because now 8 million every yesterday I be doing at the terminal, for instance, now normally now 8 million people they pay.
Not the money for them buses in the evening hours.
At every given time we they monitor them. So they can tell you who they react to, what they see out there, who they always see.
So why the ministry not aware of say some drivers them like Waka fine bus system they collect 10 million for passengers?
In the first place, not to drivers themselves for even collect them money, then they get their own collector and everything. So now that we don't know, we'll take the measures so for take.
All right, let's look at the manufacturer them. Who's like government be buy them bus here and waiting at the amount in total.
Again, like I tell you just now, Mr. Shiaka Indolo, when are the project coordinator, now I go get that kind of question in it. Yeah, we as ministers and ministries, na policy direction we give. Yeah, na policy directions we give. So I wish now we get time for Brian Kama and can answer some of their questions in there. Yeah?
Now, when fuel king kandong, the ministry can issue out a, you know, statement on different prices. As you say, the Waka fine boss now na 8 million, and the price for other transport them been done kandong. But I go confirm say the keke and the puda, the normal puda them, not they go according to what you tell them. Una aware of some of them concern they are.
Yes, people then they raise them. And anytime we they raise them, we call them back to meeting. Because what we don't decide for do, based on what some of them see as way they talk. Normally, we know they just sit down and pull press release on the pricing. We know do that in isolation as a ministry. Would they bring the stakeholders then back together? While they talk about stakeholders, for example, would they bring passenger welfare power? Would they bring puda drivers, puda owners, indigenous transport owners association? Would they bring the all can we all can sit down? Now all they can't agree. I would tell you say not to with the sit down will determine say fair price and so it don't go. The Ministry of Trade get that responsibility through the NPRA. Once we get a trigger, so we don't action, the NPRA or Ministry of Trade now the trigger. Now they tell you say there has been movement that the plat system, fear don't go down. So transport will act accordingly. Because government is our collaboration. We don't tell we that they bring the camp. We get we expert now in the ministry where they work now by which percentage fear candle and by which percentage we work on the transport system. If I tell you something interesting, the Salon are very clever. They put owners there or they put drivers there. There's a big other formula there. Today serve something shake na the oil industry. They go tell you say in fact now some go call you say, hey bro, something don't shake and now fear don't go down, you don't move by this percentage. So they can even know before you talk about the Ministry of Trade or NPRA.
Right.
So now we under the Sudan we agree. So we don't agree on the pricing formula, then we don't put them. They all the sign. Normally na make a handle the thing. They all the sign, and they get the responsibility and they agree, then they take responsibility, say then they go back now to the constituents then at the membership then now for go to them back now and tell they say from today or from social term the new pricing now this. Now their own responsibility then they for go do that.
Okay. Now, Mr. Minister, we just don't talk about the land transportation. We basically one of the important one they get for with the Waka fine bus, they just update the public. But when we come to the sea transportation, waiting so far don't they happen at a particular sector there?
The sea transportation, a lot they happen. A lot they happen in the sense the sea transportation they happen more when you talk about with ferries them where they go across, you talk about them sea taxi them, we they monitor them. For example, inside all the sea transportation them you get through the Minister of Transport representative them through the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration, they put people in there for make sure one they look at the safety aspects of the safety aspect, they look at the maintenance culture and all that thing. They look at the thing, they report back accordingly. Then secondly, we don't get interest from private people the way one can invest in the sea transportation. But then what you no one for do, no one for use Salon as a guinea pig.
What do you mean by that?
When you come say one can do this, one make sure you get a history of that activity they were one doing at the sea. You don't do it before, we say you don't do it. Give me evidence. See, you pull on through. Because often and again, what they listen, what they Nasaloya, what be done there about this country, and when somebody go just come, you get what they call them fly by night investors. You go just can't tell you, see, are they bring 10 boats, are they bring 20 boats? Then you go ahead now. You're the politician. You go ahead now, go in a public, go announce it. You're supposed to say they bring some amount of which is then so until the project you know go even last for 1 week or 1 month, then you don't flop. We don't want to forget that situation. So when you can now, you give me evidence. And when you give me evidence of who side you don't operate before, we then now send the experts them for go look at your facilities. We make sure so you really get what you talk before ever we begin converse with you.
When we see under the previous minister, Cabinet Kalon, they become with ferry them. What is the status of them ferry then?
Then ferry then we don't reignite the conversation back with the company where we Waka with them ferry, then the Negman a Turkish company. We don't they begin we inside we agreement with them at that time. They begin timeline because they ask for timeline. They begin with timeline where they will begin operate. We get we own side of the responsibility we for be do before them ferry them begin to work. For example, we forgive them the site because they ferries them not sound like this normal ferry the way they are. They ferry them they dispense both ways. Like then why we get so then traditional ferry that we get the one great way that they dispense and the one great way that they take in passengers or trucks or vehicles. Then now they dispense both ways. And the own ramp system is not sound like this normal one where you go no more you go slam. Then now the ramp system you need to build something up where it come a rest panel. But then a floating ramp system then gets. So we provide the sites then for them. Now government 12 and then that's agreeing. But then the period where they show, because when I go into agreement, it's a very serious thing. You get to make sure see your obligations the inside the agreement they fulfill them. They tell we say within the space of 1 year, then we don't build the ramp them for let the ferry then begin to operate. But then before the 1 year, they for don't do all the ramp here so then they talk about their floating ramp them. They for don't build them and everything.
Alright, so them ferry there away government for being. Is it that now the company they carry on there on a government being one by them or by them?
Now company they run them. Private partnership under the PPP program.
Alright, now it's over 4 years since that particular ferry them come. We then say that they could change them back. From that end to now, nothing happened. And we all know the challenges at this moment. Is it that una not meet up again, government and the
in the first place they be breach the contract, the initial contract, because everything inside that contract, the timeline was tagged by time. They not be meet a timeline. When they not meet the timeline, we get for terminate the contract because they not be meet up the timeline where they be promised we.
Alright, so government may make any moves
So
again.
yes, we then do that one day, meaning we not be get contract with them again. We said we decide for hold on the ferries them and get a conversation with them. So this being said, they don't come, they don't show a lot of willingness for restarting the whole process again. So within in that conversation now should they talk. They don't change management within that short time we will talk so then change management more than 4 or 5 times. You go left, see don't see they carry this policy, they say well this policy now with new manager now they can't carry this process forward.
Alright.
Before they say 2 more, they say no, not to anymore, they carry with other policy. So now we don't see say they are now serious, they don't take the conversation further. They don't serious, but we don't start the conversation all over again with them.
Alright. Now, in recent times, we see one Sierra Leonean with their aspire for be president of Sierra Leone. We under the APC party, we in a Jagaban. He say the car ferry there as way for easy transportation from Lungi to Freetown, from Freetown to Lungi. Firstly, the ministry are aware of that, or you don't engage una?
I don't ever engage with it. Now, when somebody asks me this kind of question, I tell and say, well, I don't know this person because one, you don't ever meet with it, you don't ever get conversation with it. The one thing I go tell you now that somebody, one chief Kane, become a ministry with somebody we see in a Dubai India. Now they do business on behalf of this person where they talk. Now they do it clearly, now they do all the things for them. You want to forget a conversation with we. Of course, as a ministry, no responsibility. So again, they go ahead. Say, come. When you get time, I even get me card. When you get time, call. Carlo can see all get this conversation. But from that time, the 30 they will not see nobody.
Alright. We get even the people away for make the ferry don't can do study. Again, the ministry are aware of some of them, Chinese people and they women come out China and come.
We not meet with them, we know aware. The only thing we see on social media because we're in social media now. I see them kind of conversation on social media.
The ministry may contact because not two-way street. If come, una no go.
No, in the first place, this person a private person. Like you wait to so if you want for bring ferry now, your first point of contact, if na ferry you want bring come, you go to the competent authority where they manage the thing or where they supervise the thing there. We are the Ministry of Transport, for instance. But we no get no contact with anybody.
All right. Continue for the way to inside the program. Na Rex Bonafide, the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation, as we there will look at the transport sector and waiting the ministry don't do as we for improve. We'll go for a break. When we come, we'll continue to look at more issues.
We where you come to with that kind of complaint and we call in the experts for car advisory. Because it's a bit salon now. Just know that ferry go run at Kisi, it go get problem there. Either as a result of siltation, if fasting at the sun, you know able to move. You will hear now people that begin cry. This country, I don't talk to journalists. Snap begin with itself. So when they come with that complaint, I will say, okay, fine. We call in the harbour master. When they schedule they ferry them, the movements. And they don't report. They might say they're able to run a Kisi. The one they put the schedule for the run a Kisi as well because of the passenger volume where they side and what he say? He say, well, you know go advice. He say because the situation at Kisi and that particular ferry day a big past the rest of the other ferry them. You know go able to run a Kisi. Okay, the complaint persists. And then ferry then they will not get shop now, spare part shop. Where they will say ferry don't well, you go to the spare part shop, you buy the spare part, you count and order the order, heavy money. Where they go for maintenance. Then they order the parts there for come. So now if then they continue for talk say then they able run the allow them, let them do test run. One the other ferries they know they able kind of government to have for one reason. The passenger volume low and nobody know they do business for losses. Secondly, the distance from government wharf for Gunata Green is longer than the one from Kisi for Gunata Green. But equally, this one ferry within that government wharf itself say, no, me able to do that. I get good machine for able to run from government wharf for go, but the passenger volume na government wharf no boku. So me self will allow me to go under. So when then they persist. And then for ladies, for people who understand, when they persist, we say, okay, fine. Allow this man like go do test one, let us see if he able fit na government. So create a level playing field for the all for operate. So as we talk, they do the test one and Kisi now.
Well, the idea of the two terminal them now for reduce the challenge of the passengers then whether they face it for in terms of access tourism, like people within at the west and that of the people within at the east. Now, if the ministry don't take the ferry from government to go with na Kisi, what about the people where they come up from the west for take ferry go na Lunge?
Not the ministry take ferry command for go. I tell you, see the company where government be get contract with when it's where they run the ferry na government have complain. They get obligation under that contract, which is for the pay back to government in all. They get obligation. They serve the repair the ferries, then they service them and everything. So if they can't complain, say the passenger volume in the west is extremely down, will not able. Because in the west, most of the passengers where they go, people that way they go across na Lunge, now the one the way they go fly out. Mostly. Why is now not Kisi the business people, the daily commuters, where they go from Lunge to Freetown or from Freetown to Lunge, na they bokuna Kisi. Now make you find out by the time when you go to Kisi, they see the passenger volume even at the terminal as compared to government wharf. If government wharf ferry, the one the back where the government wharf, they get right for Kana Kisi. We don't even say where they Kisi, they get right for Kana government wharf. We don't even tell the harbour master for schedule them for let them serve Kana government wharf. But they say no agree. Because in an open playing field we try for create for the all.
Alright. So waiting government don't do for bring ferry in the country, because we understand say at this moment about 1 or 2 they run and people really distrain.
Like I say, government they in touch with private companies them, we don't show a lot of interest. But then we not just want jump to conclusions. Say, other people are say they want for can run. Well, we don't really they talk. We don't get the intention. They don't write the letter. You understand, eh? But one for see if they really get ferry for can run. Right. Because just like that adage where they can say once beaten, twice shy.
Right. The ministry are we are say ferry then can stock middle water. An allegation we don't go around that then ferry are not in good conditions.
No. No, because we monitor the maintenance culture and the maintenance schedule. Very recently, about 2 ferry just come on. Now 2 ferry just come on at the maintenance zone where they all get. You understand, eh? Where they don't go service, they don't come back. We dey monitor that. Most often where they ferry then go, we get what we call citation. Then we san gather in one place. Boku san. If boats go there, they get stuck. And what we will not be done to do in this country for dredge, we attach them. We get a lot of things that underwater. Okay. But the cost of dredge again, it's another huge thing. So we don't open that market again. We ask for investors. Somebody will go out for can invest in that. It come for the dredge water, the clear waterways.
Okay. Now let's look at the safety aspect. How the ministry, the supervise Sierra Leone Maritime Administration for make sure say them ferry there get proper safety system in place, because some time back we see video on social media wherein one man in foot being caught because he dey go for go tie the rope for let the ferry slam.
My brother, this to come to me as news. I get this for the first time, but again I no go deny say it no happen. We investigate if it happen and why make it happen. But for every sea transportation, the Sierra Leone Maritime get the competent people them, where they onboard them, ferry them, this so forth, ensure say they adhere to all safety regulations.
Right. Now, for letting adhere to safety regulations, very important. But the ferry them what we get now, the Kisi, where people they go. The concern are that then they overload them. You can see people can really, motorcar them. I mean, then they load them past the weight where the ferry for take. Again, the minister are aware of some of them concern here, because even Poda, you get certain amount of people away for take where for go above them.
I hope say the one the way they talk say the ferry then they overload and they take more people than the capacity where the ferry for carry. I hope say they get the competence for talk about anything, because let me talk say we get the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration where they put the members them on board them ferry then they for make sure say the ferry operators they adhere to all safety rules and regulations. We don't get that kind of complaints.
Okay. Now let's look at the air transportation. What in the ministry don't they do towards that?
Now for open the space. For the first time in the history of this country, Sierra Leone don't get air registry now. We don't register our first aircraft in this country. We don't meet international standard. We're at the air salon where they fly from here to London directly 6 hours. So we don't open the space. All than the government they do anything they for ensure say they encourage private partners them for can invest. Again, even in the air transportation, we don't get a lot of interest for go South America from here, because from here to Brazil, if not to be this salt water, we're in Brazil for be just you don't like we're in Liberia or Guinea. That is how close we are is and very strategic. So we don't open the space, we don't make sure say we safety records, we don't improve on them. Very recently where ICAO they come the rate salon, we don't move from negligible 14% back in those days to 74% security test. What did that mean? It now means say Sierra Leone is a safer place to come. We get the materials, we get the competence, we get the technicians, we get the technical ability for host any sort of aircraft. Government they do all that one dynamic the ICAO standards. Even now as I talk, I get on the table the West Africa regulations where go Parliament very soon for ratification for again for go deposit and back na ECOWAS.
Okay.
You understand? All than the salon they do and government they do am for open the space for investors for coming and invest.
Okay. Now, as you say, salon they open the space and we don't get flight where they run from Freetown to
Gatwick.
To London, in 6 hours time. But the air salon, I guess you are aware of the plenty controversy with the on air salon we are in. Then see some time back this plane mini pool smoke, not too reliable and the rest. The ministry are aware of some of them. Then think in the way the public can send on social media.
This is the government, yeah. Not to everything they see on social media they go react to, because the one the way they talk then the problem that the women get with salon. You understand, eh? No wonder President Bioki always emphasize say we get for be bold, we get for take audacious decisions and all that thing, because at the end of the day, we dey feel too small. Not forget saying that the same country this after we construct the new airport, people they talk say, I know now the old airport they just refurbish them. The same salon, we dey feel too small. We dey suffer from self-low esteem in this country. You understand, eh? They talk say reliable, they pull smoke, but they go and come, when they get accidents. And not forget say, not to win no more certify these aircraft for be safe. England, when are some of the leading countries then down there when it comes to aviation security, they allow anything on a plane at the airspace. We're not reliable. They don't do check on this. They don't certify them for be airworthy. And make them they give certificate for they give their aircraft certificate for operate.
You don't ever use them?
Yes. Let me they give the certificate for let the aircraft operate. If there be no say airworthy, they know they even give a terminal at the airport. So the one the way they talk to, they just want to spread some negativity around this because they just feel say salon no forget that kind of thing or salon too small for let do big things. We may be small in size, but for be bold for take bold steps.
Still on the issue of the airport, the look into the $25 security fee. A lot of concerns don't they come up from passengers and where they use the airport that the $25 way that they pay for security fee too much.
Okay. Unfortunately, not to the ministry get that responsibility. This $25 where people depend on airport as security tax within the Pena airport. We inherit and this government inherit them. This contract they signed way back in 2014. You understand? Eh? They signed with security where they collect that money in 2014. When we come, we raise eyebrows bottom. And I'm happy again now that the president will direct for them look back into this contract. You understand? Eh? But if we become no more, don't forget say most of their contracts are so. Now we international partners then get them. So you can't no more you say no, let we cut this contract or let we cancel this contract. Which impression you want to send to would be investors again from other areas that we go on for come inside. So we take with time with them. But we say no they can because waiting do. They make the airport too attractive for people there for use. Especially the one that waiting at the sub-region, we go on for can use salon. You understand, eh? So we look at them, but not to ministry directly. In fact, it was signed by the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Because of security tax standing. It was signed by the Ministry of Internal Affairs. In 2014, we inherit them. This government inherit them.
How soon the ministry will review this agreement and come up with a new?
I go suggest you contact the ministry why I don't call to Internal Affairs.
But you're not in charge of the airport.
Yes, but government is about collaboration. They're saying a security tax. And we're not in charge of security, we're in charge of transport.
All right, this $25.
So talk to Internal Affairs.
This $25 we say inherit from 2014. They made a pay at the old airport.
At the old airport? Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So waiting there for the old airport. Is it that it just did it so?
Well, government they think of waiting for do with them. You know, one job for just say, okay, fine, the building map there. When I go inside, people that when I go occupy the land don't left map, so not to that you want for do. You want for make sure say you do something at that old airport there, or at that old building which map there. You want for do something, we go bring dividend in this country.
All right. Continue for the way to inside the program in him Rex Bonafa, in the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation. We there to look at the thing that we government want to do for transform the transport sector in the country.
The program Good Morning Salon, the continent, the program we they start to look at messages them, and this one Facebook page from Mystic Nadwazak say, Mr. Minister, many Sierra Leoneans consider the stopping of commercial transportation on the west and east corridors as a very big mistake in your ministry. It is good that you have done the needful to reverse the said decision, which was completely one-sided and marginalizing to other transport operators.
This one say, Mr. Minister, please give us an update for the new Waka fine buses. When are we expecting them to come out from Solomon Sundu?
This one say, Mr. Minister, are you aware that there is no internet facility at the Freetown International Airport?
This one say from Ibrahim Ba, he say, Mr. Minister, are we going to see new buses brought from the proceeds of the Waka fine buses?
This one from Tunde Scott say, I think we should address the concerns why we have more people traveling through Conakry to come to Freetown than fly to Lunge directly. The cost of ticket is very high when you fly directly to Lunge than Conakry.
This one from Dauda Tawali say, Usman, please ask the minister what make the air tickets them so expensive.
This one says, Mr. Deputy Minister, some drivers of the Waka fine buses stop to pick up or put down passengers that are in the designated bus stops.
This one say, thanks very much, Mr. Bonafa, for the explanation this morning. But anyways, governments need to put systems in place for the ferry issue. People are really suffering to go over Lungi.
This one from Ibrahim Bassi, Mr. Deputy Minister, please ensure a proper supervision of the newly built park at Lumley. That place is unusually overcrowded with people who have no reason to be there, either on the pretext of selling or directing passengers. Secondly, you see cars all over the place used as checkpoints, which is very unsightful.
This one says, Mr. Minister, please cross-check the management of the airport. They are really exploiting people. Basic Sierra Leonean food is way higher than the English food.
This one for Malik say, when the ferry then go come, or then they will make the one the first way the operate done.
This one say again, Mr. X, please monitor the management of the airport. We want to know if Sierra Leoneans are on top of management issues, because we have the local content agency law which emphasize Sierra Leonean to all management positions.
This one, well, because of time, we come over to his studio guest, we know the Deputy Minister, Rex Bonafa, for making a response to some of the messages then.
Thank you very much, and thank you, listeners. This is the show say when I follow up on the program. Then concerns then the show when I raise, like somebody talk say the food, the African food or the Sierra Leonean food na Lungi on the airport more expensive than the English food. You know, me na news to me say then they sell English food because when me go, I want to see me cassava leaf, I want to see potato leaf, I want to see me cream at the place there. I prefer that to any other English food. You understand? But again, if that is a concern, we don't come up from the public, we will investigate, and we can update the public back as to what they happen in that regard. Yeah? With regards the ferry them, we know the wait until the ferry are so done, because otherwise what's going to be the mode of transportation or the means of transportation for people there if they want to go across to Lunge or Komo Lunge Camp Freetown. Yeah? Then make we talk say we then in touch with people them, well meaning people them, both Sierra Leoneans and international people them, for see how they will able come and invest. And I make that the climate government they create for them kind of thing in there. Yeah. Now on that note, make self attend me brother then I had na studio I so just know say that rumor and that thing I will don't see in social media concerning Jagaban say Jagaban they bring ferry come, they don't bring Chinese man them for can do the studies and everything. I make it clear say me no feel say not true. Me as an individual because what you do, we get the competent agency or ministry responsible for the kind mode of transportation there. If you really serious matter, they can't meet. You can't meet the alone as you don't talk. This is not to politics. Not bring politics kind inside it. Come like you don't talk. If you mean can't sit down and let's see what you go be government your incentive for like can invest in this country.
Is it that you not believe say Ebuka or na the meet you not meet una na concern but?
No, I not go say I not believe say no Ebuka with because I don't know a couple. I don't know what is now budget and everything. But I just believe say not so true because you know can meet 2 years where now we can say okay, you need information. You need a lot of information about the water. And we get the competence, we get the technical people there. We can tell and say yes. You know be even need for bring Chinese man and come. If that is true.
So just one quick one on Facebook page say the issue of airline there, how they don't treat passenger. One get for do with Royal Air Maroc, where most times passengers they can complain of the delay of luggages them and also can put passengers them in a small aircraft. One get for do recently of passengers that will travel from America to Freetown, also they not receive their luggage after 4 days. Well, like they monitor the airlines.
Yes, but people that way don't they travel with by plane business go understand say that they happen all over the world. Me when I don't fly as soon. I don't go Egypt for a conference. I did it almost every single day I ever go to market for buy new dress. Because my luggage not be go at all. I not receive my luggage say until the day where the flight for come back. That day, because where you go to airport, where your luggage lost, you get the section where you go lost and found. You go fill in the documents there. Now only when I go they give all the details of that luggage they so then they trace them for you and know who's side. Now we are ready for come now I get that one. So that is not unique to this way airport.
So they happen as salon.
No, I just say it's not unique, it's not limited to Australia. No, air travel na your things and then the way you get. Yeah. But it is unfortunate to go follow up on that thing and see what they happen.
Alright. Plenty thank you for joining me inside the program this morning, Mr. Minister. Alright, in name Rex Bonafide, the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation, assuming the inside the program this morning for look at what in government don't they do for transport, for transform the transport sector in the country. I want to say plenty thank you again for joining inside the program. Adeyemi.
Thank you.
Well, now we'll go bring down the curtain for today's edition of the program. Good morning, Salon. Plenty thank you to the producer, Michael Sambola, with support from Kabia and Mange Mansari. Plenty thank you to Mekama Bangura, Fatmata Samora, Jaffa Mans Davis, we make us see we live on Facebook page. And plenty thank you to DJ Kima for technical support. So till we meet again, me and Adeyemi Jackson, we say goodbye.
My name is Man Kamara. Have a wonderful weekend.